Hey, and welcome back to Let's Play Hybrid Heaven. This is Umbaglo, and now we're going to actually start going into a new area of the game. So as it finishes loading, Dr. Bross's lab. Ooh. This is actually going to be fairly interesting because this whole section is a running area, and as you've seen in my previous videos, my controls are a little messed up. But this here is Dr. Bross. He is a strange fellow for sure. He is your typical mad scientist. Yeah, you can't fight it. In no way. So I will just sort of saunter away from the giant killer monster that wants to eat me. You know, no rush, no rush. And while I'm at it, I'll just get into a few fights here too. You know, just level grind a bit. Once you unlock combos in the game, that's one of the points where your battle power dramatically increases, because you're now pretty much able to do 2 to 5 times your normal damage in a single attack. Not to mention that it also gives you the ability to negate certain enemy defenses effectively. I think there are a few monsters in the game that do combos themselves, but they are incredibly rare. The vast majority. That was pretty awesome how that guy got knocked all the way across the room. But yeah, there are some monsters in the game that will do combo attacks, but they're incredibly rare. The vast majority of monsters will only do single attacks, or do cheap stuff like do grapple throws as a normal attack. I don't exactly remember what Ring Eraser does. I'll have to look at it later. It's good to know that even though I'm running for my life from a giant mutant monster, I still have enough time to level grind against some nukes. One thing you'll probably be able to notice whilst I do these fights is that I'm using the same attacks, but over time you'll notice that their damage ratings will slowly go up, and that is part of the same leveling system that that everything else uses. As you continue to use an attack, you get a little bit more proficient at it, and its damage goes up a little bit. Also see here that I pretty much started to back up slowly enough that I will retain my full power regeneration, but still be able to keep distance from the enemy until I've gotten my full bar. That and circle strafing around an enemy are two of the most useful techniques to learn in the game. Because obviously you can't wait the 4 times or so as long as it takes to fill up your power if you're full speed backing up. And another thing about using combo attacks is that it gives tons of points for ranking. If you use a lot of combo attacks, it makes it really, really easy to get S or SS, even if you sort of sucked. Yeah, that's an example of how if the enemy guards or tries to defend against the first attack, any other ones are undefended. It makes combo attacks just really powerful in the game, and I don't know why they actually did that. They must have thought it was a balancing, but it's just kind of odd. It's sometimes hard enough to even block against certain attacks, let alone try to counter them. This looks like the point where we're starting to get more M's. The M restoration items. I decided to let the enemy just try to attack me a few times, since I was just crushing it, to try to learn some moves, and hey, there's a good one. The bridge suplex is actually kind of nice. It's not too bad of a grapple throw, actually. It's one of the nicer throws like that don't require you to actually be behind the enemy to begin with. There actually are 2 locations that you can be when you do a grapple on the enemy. You can normal grapple, and then if you initiate the grapple, you have to press to one of the directions twice very quickly, and then you'll go around to the back, and then you can try to do certain back throws against the enemy. This, I think that's basically a clear all status item. I'll have to look at that later too. Oh, and that's the rest of those guys. Well, now that we've gained a few things, we'll just continue on. It's a good thing that you're not being chased by the monster in this room. That would be irritating. I'm actually pretty sure that when I played this game for real originally many years ago, I was still having the same problems with running as I do now. I probably was able to control slightly better because, you know, my N64 controller is a little ancient, but pretty sure that let's just forget about him. Pretty sure that I still had the same amount of trouble trying to run as I do now. Oh, and another new enemy. Some kind of pig. Just trying to let him do a grapple move on me, but he decided to just screw around, so I'll throw him instead. I should use one of my new moves, though. Sort of press the buttons too fast. Okay, let's see if he has something new. Oh, shoulder buster. I never really used that one. I don't really remember it being all that good. I think that might be the only new thing that he knows, really. Oh, here we go. So, back throw. Oh, yeah, this would be... actually, I don't know if I already know back suplex. I might have to look at that later. It's one of the problems with this game. You know, there's no... offensive answer. I better kill him soon then. I don't want to let him hit me. One of the problems with the game is that all items really are very rare. So just because, well, there's no other way to get them. You find them in chests or you get them from defeating enemies. There's nothing else you can do about it. I'll have to try out Shoulder Buster a few times later, but most getting into grapple throws in the enemy can be very dangerous. Alright, so now I'm back into the main area here, and as soon as I get out, yep, there's my buddies. Come back for more. Thankfully, getting hit by the monster doesn't actually deal that much damage. That was lame. Oh hey, another one of these guys. I forgot that I pressed after one bar. Ah. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, that was a critical attack. He really cleaned my block there. Wow, he charged up really fast there. Of course, like many games with, well, yeah, like many games, it's very likely that the AI completely ignores all the same rules that the player is put under. Trying to run out of the way. Thankfully, actually, the game managed to stop, to initiate the enemy's attack at the right frame of animation. I think I mentioned before, but the way a lot of these things work. Whoa! How did I get SS? Wow, that's the power of combo attacks right there. But the way when you initiate a defense against an enemy, you have to complete your current movement frame before you can actually begin your whatever defense that you're going to perform. So, for example, if you're currently moving, then if you're in the middle of a step, you have to finish that step before you can then put up your block or do another step if you want to do that as your defense. So that actually makes you need to pay attention to when you're moving, because otherwise the enemy can get the drop on you and then you'll be defenseless. But hey, it's something you can do against your enemy as well. There we go. Maybe he won't be able to get me over here. So that actually looked like a glass wall, and somehow he just didn't use it. And also, where is the... Oh, don't tell me it's... Yeah, that's lame. So he jumps down and lands in front of the door you need to go to. Oh, come on. Gee. Oh, come on. I can't. The camera there is awful. I couldn't even see. I can't even see anything. Where am I supposed to be going? I'm also trying to use the map to navigate, but with the way the screen is, I can barely even see my little dot on the map, let alone I can barely even see my map on my dot on the map, let alone where I'm supposed to be going. I think, if I remember, you can actually leap off with enough forward momentum that you would fall right into that pit and instantly die. And that's really freaking incredibly lame. Before I go, I think there's another chest just over on the other corner. Oh, there we go. And oh, hey, nice. Save point. So as soon as I can get inside of it. There we go. Alright, so in the next update, if I remember correctly, it should be the final running battle, and then we'll actually get into a brawl, so to speak, with the monster. So that's enough time for this update. I hope you all enjoyed it. And see you all next time as we continue on in Dr. Bross's lab. Have a good day.